Good evening and welcome to Radio Palacio. I'm speaking with Michael Millan, one of the Cal State Long Beach students who worked on the Long Beach Vote 2016 project. Good evening, Michael.
Hey, Antonio. How are you?
All right. So, Michael, you were at one of the events where we surveyed voters, and, of course, you also worked on the report. Can you share some of your observations and discussions with people about how they felt about voting and the voting process?
Yeah. When I went to the event over at the Long Beach Library, I noticed that there's a common trend among all the people that were there, the people that we were surveying. All the people that were there, they were all willing to participate, and they all wanted to be involved. So it seemed like the people that go to these things, they like to be active in their community, and they like to get involved. So, but I did notice the amount of people that actually went. It could be larger, and it should be larger. So that's important too. But yeah,
the engaged people are going to take the time to go to a forum. That's for sure. But did you ever feel or get from anybody the feeling that they had a negative feeling maybe about the voting process or how people get information about candidates and issues? Did you hear any of that from people?
I did hear that sometimes too. A lot of people, they have a negative feeling towards that their vote might not matter, or just not enough people participate to really make any significant difference. That's the most common trend that I really see. Or just sometimes they can't relate to a candidate and they're just not happy with whether it be local elections or national elections. That's something that people would discuss with me also.
I think one of the things that we saw were people who felt disengaged from the candidates, or they felt limited by the number of candidates.
Yeah.
Sometimes they said, but we actually want more choices. Well, actually, they'll have their chance. I think there's something like 34 people running for the Senate seat here, U.S. Senate seat. So, you want a choice? You got an opportunity.
Right.
What did you personally learn from the project, and what impact has it had on how you look at voting personally?
So it's changed my perspective on basically how important local elections are, because everybody, whenever they think of voting, they just think of national elections. There's the general election and voting for a president, but there's so much more to it. So it's pretty much actively getting involved in your community and knowing who the candidates that are running for office and what they stand for. That's what I noticed myself doing now too. So the local candidates, whether it's just a representative or whatnot, I find myself actually reading my booklet for the primary voting that's coming up on June 7th. I found myself just reading each of the candidates and just researching them a little bit to see what they're trying to achieve and what objectives they want to go for.
Well, I think that's fantastic. Michael, Thank you very much for taking the time to speak to us on Radio Palacio.
You're welcome, Tony. Have a good day.